Welcome, friends,
to the How-To Heretic.
I'm Uncle Mark.
And I'm Uncle Dan.
And I'm Uncle Doug.
And this is your user's guide to life on the outside.
That's right. Leaving religion is your first step into a larger, better world.
But it can also be a scary world. Things work differently now.
Never fear. That's why we're here.
We're your audio uncles. And with help from good friends and experts in all sorts of fields,
we're going to share the stories and seek the knowledge we all need to build a great life.
After all, you only get one that we know of, so you better make the most of it.
Showtime. Fellas.
Hey there.
Sup?
Another show. I believe this is show number 60.
Is it?
Ooh. Yeah, we've arrived at another arbitrarily round number.
I quit.
Yeah, that was the spell was you had to do 60 shows.
That's my cutoff point.
And now it's worn off and you can have me pot of gold. So we got a fun show today. It's a whole bunch of wonderful bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about let's just call it slow motion karate.
Yes.
And then you've got something interesting to talk about.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce us to actually a couple of saints with some, our saints that we find do cool tricks.
Yeah,
and we're gonna talk about a cool trick that one of them managed to pull off.
Yeah, you can't be a saint if you can't pull a rabbit out of a hat, right?
Right.
And then Uncle Doug, we're going to have the completion,
right, part 2.
Of the wonderful, completely coherent narrative known as the Book of Revelation.
If you like numbers and genocide, you're going to love this book.
I can't wait for that. And then we should just mention once again our special announcement that we're going to be participating in Vulgarity for Charity with our friends at the Scathing Atheist and Cognitive Dissonance.
Right.
So please, you can check out the show notes to get a link to understand how that works. We're going to roast people for charity.
Yeah, there's also a little link on our website if you go to howtoheretic.com and then click on the charity button. That'll get you a link to the Vulgarity for Charity write-up.
Yeah.
It's just a good cause, and you get to have people, nice people, say horrible, mean things
about people you may love.
About somebody that you like. So, you just tell them who you want roasted, maybe send in a picture or something. And
if it's not a public figure, send in a picture and maybe some data.
And we'll tear them up.
And people will be mean to that person. And so that's nice.
It's kind of some breaking news in that department that last year they raised $25,000 for Modest Needs,
right,
which is a terrific charity. It's for Modest Needs again this year. If we all make $25,000, a donor has come forward with a matching grant of $25,000.
So it's so cool.
Potentially, we could raise $50,000 for this amazing charity.
And it is time sensitive. So so please get in there and make your $50 donation or $25 donation or whatever you can afford. $50 is the one that will get you
the roast.
The roast.
Yep.
And then you just send an email into those guys and to vulgarityforcharity@gmail.com.
Yep.
And we'll get the roasting happening.
Yep.
And 'tis the season for roasting.
That's right, baby.
Who doesn't love a good roast around this time of year?
So that said, let's roll.
Uncle Doug.
Uncle Dan.
China?
I've heard.
Have you heard
I've heard of
China?
I've heard of Gina. Is that the same thing?
That is the same thing.
Which anniversary is China? I think it's 10.
That's the 10th anniversary. Sure.
So we're gonna talk about China patterns and how to pick them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like religion there. The official government of China,
right? They don't like competitors.
Like me, they are not fans of religion.
Right.
Their methodology is different
Yeah.
than mine.
Yeah.
But Uncle Mark, you're here. You're going to teach us about a religion that popped up there anyways.
Doug and I have long lived under Dan's communist tyranny.
Yes,
but
true.
It's just the two of us, right? He's not for lack of wanting, but he's unable to oppress a billion people.
That's right.
It's going to happen.
I'll get there. It takes time.
You start small. That's what you do.
So we're going to meet a group of people today that are definitely are on China's shit list.
Uh-huh.
But and that's kind of a separate issue because we're going to talk about not why necessarily they're on China's shit list, but why you probably shouldn't join this particular group when you see them at the farmers market. So we've all seen these kind of folks meditating publicly at parks and at the farmers market with their little placards, kind of a Hare Krishna vibe, but less tambourine and more cross-leg city. You know, they've got the little board up saying Falun Gong. If you've seen those folks, you've seen the Falun Gong. So
Can't somebody get them a tambourine, though? Isn't that something that we could do for them?
I don't know, what sound does a tambourine make?
Probably, well, I bet you might be able to make that sound with it.
So do you say Falun Gong or Falun Gongs when you're talking about them? I don't know. Is it the same as moose?
I think you say Falun's Gong.
Some Chinese English major hit me up about that because I won't sleep until I know. So a Falun Gong, as it's easy to guess, is a Chinese spiritual practice and religion bordering on cult status. It's probably more a cult, really. Although it's quite new, Falun Gong is an offshoot of the ancient Guigong tradition in China, which is basically movement meditation. So it's like a cousin of Tai Chi. So it's slow, repetitive movement, meditative breathing, and mental practice to achieve balance, a higher state, better health, and that sort of thing. So what distinguishes Falun Gong, literally meaning Dharma wheel practice or law wheel practice, from your workaday Guigong ladies in Golden Gate Park? Well, some super crazy shit, it turns out. It was founded around 1992 by a fairly mysterious character called Li Hongji. Now, an important fact to note here, anytime we talk about any subject that is controversial vis-a-vis the Chinese government, there is an impossible amount of disinformation to kind of wade through. So, like when I was researching the Dalai Lama, there's so much, Chinese anti-information out there. It's very, very hard to dig through.
Right.
And it's not always easy to tell if it is Chinese propaganda.
So you're
or...
telling us that we are about to be disseminating a bunch of Chinese propaganda.
That is the point of our
Fake
show.
news.
That is the total point of our show.
Which is funny, which is a fun departure for us because most of our shit is Russian. So
That's
Right. It's good to change it up.
most of our misinformation comes from there.
It's a much more diverse cuisine.
Yeah, it's lovely.
So so anyway, we never really guarantee the veracity of our bullshit, but we double dog do not this time. But I think I got to the heart of what is really the goofy side of this, and we'll get through this weird mess. Like we were saying before, second disclaimer, it's fun to poke fun at the nasty and hilarious aspects of this space age Tai Chi thing. But before we do, I want to get some ugly truth out of the way. China brutally cracked down on Falun Gong practitioners in 1999 because of a brazen, by Chinese standards, protest in which 10,000 Falun Gong members surrounded the security forces HQ in Beijing with no warning.
Oh, wow.
And freaking them the fuck out.
Yeah, it scared the hell out.
So, nothing had... 10,000 people don't do nothing in China without China knowing beforehand, right? So it's believed that thousands have been arrested, tortured, probably killed, and this is where it gets really hard to know, maybe had live organ harvesting done.
Oh, my God.
So, China has had a nasty habit of selling organs of executed prisoners on the black market. So it's possible, it's true. Again,
and this is nasty because it's prisoners instead of good, clean people's organs.
That's right. I don't want a car thief's kidney. Because then you'll be a car thief. You'll just inherit. It's just science.
It's hard to know which organ each criminal behavior is located in, but you don't want to take the risk.
Look, I'll take whatever liver I can get at this point.
Any listeners out there, if you've got an extra. So
Hashtag Uncle Doug needs a liver.
So Falun Gong is silly and has some truly terrible ideas, but none of that merits their torture and murder and being sold for scrap. So boo China.
Okay.
Knock that shit off. Mock, don't murder. Oh, wait, you're the government. Don't do either of those things. So anyway, sad, awful repression.
Although mock
addressed.
don't murder is a great hashtag.
Right? Mock, don't murder. So, awful repression, sadness aside, let's talk about how truly bizarre this bizarrely popular religion really is. So, as I said, Falun Gong was founded around the same time as Seinfeld by the mercurial
Not coincidentally.
Li Hongji. He had a sort of official church biography written by a follower that has since just basically been disappeared, so there's only fragments of it kind of searchable. And in it, he claims to have had 4 mystical teachers over the course of his childhood, each the highest level practitioner of one of the ancient arts. Such an amazing pupil was Li Hongzhi that by the age of 8, he had achieved the, quote, superb great law with supernatural powers, meaning he was capable of levitating and turning invisible at the age the rest of us were trying to memorize the state capitals. So how cool is that?
I strove for those powers when I was
Those are the
a kid.
two big ones: invisibility and flight.
I really worked hard for both of those. Couldn't achieve either.
Yeah, you got to roll an 18 to get both of those. So, so here he is talking to Time magazine about in 1999 about some of his amazing tricks. Time. In your book, Juan Fallon, which is their kind of Bible, you talk about people levitating off the ground, but you say that they should not show other people. Why is that? Lee, it is the same principle that Western gods in paradise should not be seen by ordinary mortals because they cannot understand its meaning. Time. Have you seen human beings levitate off the ground? Lee, I have known too many.
It's like, do you remember the movie from the 90s, Mystery Men?
Yeah.
Where one of the characters' powers was that he could be invisible as long as nobody was looking?
It's exactly that kind. So then it continues. Time. Can you describe any that you have known? And Lee says, David Copperfield. He can levitate, and he did it during performances. Okay, just to be clear, that's a magic trick.
Thereby making it clear that he is fucking with us all.
Right. And as far as I know, David Copperfield is not a practitioner of Falun Gong, so why would he know how to do that?
Right.
Anywho, so Li Hongzhi decided he wouldn't teach his followers to hover or turn invisible, the only two fucking things that could have helped them escape Chinese persecution, ironically, because the puny minds of the average person were not ready for that. No, he teaches his flock Chopra-esque notions of wellness, that ancient Chinese science and medicine are far superior to actual science and medicine. Illnesses are not as modern science understands them, but rather sins from past lives that have accumulated so you can meditate and slow-mo Tai Chi your way out of them. As we always talk about with Wu, it's sure fun to laugh at, but it can also get people killed. Slow-motion karate does not cure anything. If you like slow-motion karate, cool, but that's all it is, doing karate slowly.
It can cure a wicked, if you've got a bad case of interested in things.
If you've got a bad case of having friends.
You can definitely cure that.
Now, meditation, which is also part of the Falun Gong movement, has been proven effective for a variety of issues.
Sure. And actually, Tai Chi can be a form of meditation, and in that sense,
it's like a physical. It's using the movement as the form of meditation. So, and it's healthy and it's exercise and great.
Sure.
So do that, but you can get all the benefits of that stuff without believing your teacher could turn invisible at age 8, or believe any of the upcoming bullshit. Yeah. So again, Li Hongzhi quoted in Time magazine. Time. You have said that this type of Guigong should not be used to cure illness. Why is that? Li, healing illnesses belongs to the lower level of Guigong. A person with an illness cannot practice to a higher level. One has to purify one's body in order to have Gong. Healing and fitness are for laying a foundation at the lower level of practice. Time. Would you use Guigong to cure an illness? Li, I can do all this, but I won't do it. So, okay, super magic asshole.
Right. By the way, I think it's Qigong.
Just Qigong.
As opposed to Guigong.
So everybody out there, Dan was wrong.
Qigong or something.
So Falun Gong, does Falun Gong have race theory? Clearly, Uncle Dan is wanting to ask.
I was going to get to it, but I wanted to let you sort of have your
I could
flow.
see you straining.
I feel like the answer to that question is always yes.
Boy, howdy, do they have some blue ribbon crazy ideas about race. Boy. Because if this show has taught us anything at all, you can't spell religion without racism. So, according to Li Hongzhi...
There are a lot of people right now going through letters in those words.
I'm going to get so many ads. Actually.
There's no C in...
So, according to Li Hongzhi, there are 6 and only 6 actual races.
Okay.
All of whom were created as fully modern people by different groupings of gods separately. They are the yellow race, the white race, the Indians, the East Indians, the Egyptians, the Persians, and the black race.
Huh.
Oh, some are color-coded and some aren't? I
Right.
think that's rude.
And the Egyptians, they got their own race.
I was kind of
Look at
hoping that it would be like a Power Rangers sort of thing.
It is a bit Power Rangers. So the yellow race obviously is the best one.
Right, of course.
And isn't it odd how prophets with garbage race theory are always coincidentally of the god's favored race? Mm-hmm. But any of the other 5 are actually okay.
No.
Your problem arises, see, when you start to cross the streams. Oh boy. Here's what Li Hongji has to say about mixing the races. Mormon listeners will find some familiar ground here. The races in the world are not allowed to be mixed up. Now the races are mixed up, and it has brought about an extraordinarily serious problem. Once races are mixed up, one does not have a corresponding relationship with the higher levels, and he has lost the root. Mixed races have lost their roots, as if nobody in the paradise will take care of them. They belong to nowhere, and no places would accept them. Races have become increasingly mixed up, which can lead to serious consequences. Of course, I will not go into details. I'm just saying that the higher levels do not recognize such a human race.
Boy, this guy's really top level, isn't he?
Yeah,
I can disappear, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right.
I could tell you about the race war, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels he could be president of our country.
Yeah,
if
he has a
tried hard.
Trumpian level of detail behind
Right.
all this stuff. So, okay, there's no halftone heavens. Good to know.
Yeah.
If there's one thing believers want from a heaven, it's total exclusivity.
Does he have a feeling on octoroons?
Well, yeah, because they're mixed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to get to this or not, but is there a way to unmix a race?
He didn't want to get into details, apparently. So, what about the gays? I see my co-uncles wondering. Well, of course they have an opinion about that. The gays, you see, are demonic in nature, and
Whoa.
it is the greatest project of the gods to totally eliminate them.
Holy shit.
How about make the greatest project of the gods not to create somebody that they will then have to totally eliminate?
Again, details.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. So, how are they doing this? How are they going to eliminate the gays? Well, we all know that Pat Robertson thinks my gay brothers and others cause natural disasters. Mm-hmm. But according to Falun Gong, natural disasters are the very precise weapon by which the grand cosmic divine plan of gay annihilation is being done.
Well, I mean, precision is in the eye of the beholder, I guess.
Yeah, so next time the Florida Panhandle gets ground to splinters by a hurricane, you know the whole point was to kill Adam and Steve in Tallahassee. So
I feel like what we can learn from all of these lessons is that everybody who lives in like the Oklahoma tornado alley
is gay.
Is gay.
Yeah.
The whole state.
Yep. So you heard it here first. Well, look at Frank. He's from Oklahoma.
See?
Yeah, there we go.
Boom.
So, as you can see, Falun Gong is killing it so far with all the realness and the totes good reasons to believe in slow-mo bigot karate. But wait, there's more. With what is a New Age Eastern-inspired, gay-hating, stupendously racist meditation cult without some hilarious pseudoscience and aliens?
Yay!
Yes, uncles, aliens.
We needed that. I was waiting.
Boy, this is the nexus of everything, isn't it?
Yeah, he's very much the Chinese David Icke. So before we get to aliens, here's a taste of the grand unifying Falun Gong theory of kind of everything. So quoting Li Hongji here. In fact, that's a great way to start a statement like this. In fact, man did not evolve from apes at all in our view, only that there are different species existing in each time period. The continental plates on the Earth planet inhabited by mankind are shifting and changing. Geologists call the continents of Asia, Europe, America, North America, and South America the continental plates. The continental plates changed from time to time, and the civilizations on them would sink to the bottom of the waters. Oh, Jesus. We're in very familiar territory, boys. Then another continent would perhaps surface in another ocean, and such changes are continually taking place.
Oh,
Yeah, bad news for people who live on continents.
I can't wait for Australia to sink.
So now people have also discovered huge ancient buildings and the existence of past civilizations under the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Indian Ocean, as well as many other oceans. However,
Like 20 or 30 of them at least.
yeah. However, upon examination, they are all found to be things that existed several 100,000 years or several million years ago,
Holy boy.
or even earlier than that. So the giant buildings under the many of the oceans are millions of years old. When different continental plates changed, the species on them were also different. They did not come from evolution. There were similarities, but they were not of the same species.
You see, China? You see what happens when you don't educate your populace?
That's right. Look, you either educate them now or kill them later.
You got
Those are your two choices.
You got two choices, yeah.
So that all checks out according to science.
Right,
But
of
I
course.
did promise you aliens, did I not? Here again is Li Hongji from that 1999 very crazy Time magazine interview. Time, why does chaos reign now? Li, of course there is not just one reason. The biggest cause of society's change today is that people no longer believe in Orthodox religion. They go to church, but they no longer believe in God. They feel free to do anything. The second reason is that since the beginning of this century, aliens have begun to invade the human mind
God damn it.
and its ideology and culture.
This religion is all about sharp left turns.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, whoa.
Time, where do they come from? Lee, the aliens come from other planets. The names that I use for these planets are different. Some are from dimensions that human beings have not yet discovered.
Holy shit.
The key is how they have corrupted mankind. Everyone knows that from the beginning until now, there has never been a development of culture like today. Although it has been several thousand years, it has never been like now. The aliens have introduced modern machinery like computers and airplanes. They started by teaching mankind about modern science, so people believe more and more science and spirituality. They are controlled. I have no idea what he's even saying. Everyone thinks that scientists invent on their own, when in fact their inspiration is manipulated by the aliens. In terms of culture and spirit, they already control man. Mankind cannot live without their science. So Time asks him, are you a human being?
Oh, wow.
And Lee says, you can think of me as a human being. Time, are you from Earth? Lee, I don't wish to talk about myself at a higher level. People wouldn't understand it. Time, but what is the alien's purpose? Lee, the human body is the most perfect in the universe. It is the most perfect form. The aliens want the human body.
Oh, my God.
What?
Can I just say, just as a quick tangent, that I have heard, like, you know, one of the things that I have just baffled over ever since I left religion is the notion that an almighty God would have created this piece of shit body for and we're, you know, that this is what that God looked like too.
Right.
I mean, you know, I just little things like, why the fuck do I have nipples? It's just any number of terrible design choices.
Series of intersecting tubes.
Yeah, every time I
Right.
choke on water.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Just put the breathe hole further away from the eat hole and we'll be fine.
And I'm not a creative person, but I'm also not God.
Right.
And so when I'm sitting on the toilet having a hangover dump, I don't feel like I'm the apex of creation. at that
Right,
moment.
yeah. Anyone who would claim that these bodies
Forgive me,
are
everyone.
the perfect...
Well, according to Alien Species, this is as good as it gets, guys. So don't look for any help. So Time asks him, what do the aliens look like? Lee says, some look similar to human beings. U.S. technology has already detected some aliens. The difference between aliens can be quite enormous. Time, can you describe it? Lee, you don't want to have that kind of thought in your mind. And then Time says,
you don't even want to know,
Yeah.
bro.
I know, it's so Trumpy, and it's like, oh, there's evidence. Right. And Time says, can you describe them anyway? And Lee says, one type looks like a human, but has a nose that is made of bone. Others look like ghosts. At first they thought I was trying to help them. Now they know that I am sweeping them away.
Ooh.
Wow.
Well, thank you for your service, Master Li Hongji, for sweeping the ghost aliens away. The 6 races owe you a giant debt of gratitude, which we will repay by hating all the gays and living in the giant million-year-old buildings under the Atlantic Ocean and many other oceans.
Right.
So that's pretty much it for Falun Gong. So if you hate the gays, you hate the 5 other races a little and the in-between races a lot, and you think there's a 2 billion-year-old man-made nuclear reactor in Africa, this might be the thing for you.
Yeah. Also, if you like swastika iconography.
Oh, yeah.
They're taking it back.
Yeah.
They're taking it back.
And this is the lesson, is you just, any religion, no matter how benign or even useful it seems on the surface, if you keep the guy talking long enough, you're going to end up with a Jewish conspiracy or aliens, one of the two.
Yeah, the fact, and I just kind of stopped digging because I didn't want to do this all day, but the fact that he didn't land on the Jews in like the third paragraph is kind of remarkable for a cult. So.
Yeah.
But he'll get there eventually.
I mean, if you asked him, time just didn't ask.
And I guess, they're probably not really one of the 6 races. So
right. Well, no, they're Egyptian.
They're the in-betweeners. So anyway, there you go. Falun Gong. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, man. Moving on.
Well, Uncle Doug.
Uncle Mark.
Every once in a while, someone on this earth is a real standout.
It happens.
And they're recognized after.
Is this happening? Am I getting the award? Oh my God.
Well, we have to kill you first. But that's fine.
Yeah, nobody's complaining about that.
You wondered why there's plastic on the floor of the studio today.
Least of all me.
Yeah. We're going to Khashoggi this shit. So every once in a while, someone of merit is, after their murder and a few magic tricks, is awarded by the King of the Vatican with a special honorarium.
Yeah.
And that is called sainthood.
A post-mortem hat, if they're lucky.
Post-mortem, post-beatification.
Yeah.
It's very complex. And
There's a process, but we are going to talk about, to tell this story properly, we have to start in Ireland in the 6th century.
Good times.
It's a great time to be an Irishman.
Yeah, anything, but Irish for sure.
Yeah.
Once upon a time.
Early medieval Ireland
Yes.
is always fun. A man named Colm Sill, probably nailed that, not sure. He'd made a name for himself as an abbot and decided to take a group of good priestly Christians from Ireland and go preach Jesus at the godless heretic Picts of Scotland.
Oh, this is not going to end well.
So, in the year 563, he and 12 other stout Christian warriors boarded a boat made of wicker and animal skins and set out across the Straits of Moyle, also known as the North Channel, to Scotland.
Yeah.
Eventually, they settled on the island of Iona, which appears to have been given to Colm Sill by his kinsman, who was like a king of some sort of Irishy thing.
It's always good to give away other people's islands.
Yeah.
Other countries' islands. Okay.
Yeah, well, you never know who owns what until somebody with an army says it's me.
Until you go kill him, yeah.
And then
Somebody
they win.
with a wicker boat shows up.
Yeah, boy.
And a sword, and then ownership is established.
Right, exactly. Do you have a flag?
Yeah. Here's the deed. Chunk.
Yeah, exactly. And this kinsman may or may not have been the one who put the idea of this whole venture into Colm Sill's head in the first place. Anyway, having been given a nice bit of land, they set about the task of Jesusifying the local savages.
Sure.
Side note, this is interesting. One story about this guy is that one day in the year 565, he saw a terrifying but unidentified animal which had killed a Pict and then attacked one of his disciples, and Colm Sill banished the beast into the depths of the local river. That was the River Ness. And this could be
Maybe.
the origin of the critter that has long haunted the loch that's attached to it.
So this big, like, what it was, plesiosaur or whatever it was flapping around on the ground.
Yeah.
And it killed a Pict.
Yeah, and he's like, into the water with you forever. And there you go.
You can't just go killing Picts.
Don't fuck with the Picts.
No.
That is not for you.
Look what they did to the Romans. Whole nother story, but...
Yeah. Anyway, so Colm Sill eventually went on to be known as Saint Columba. Because, of course, the Latins always have to Latinate everything. But even though he figures prominently into this story, he is actually not the saint about whom I am speaking today.
What?
No, I've tricked you.
Damn it.
The guy I'm introducing us to
A saint
today,
within a saint.
It is a nesting doll of sainthood.
Saintly nesting doll.
Yeah.
No, the guy I'm introducing us to today was one of the 12 guys on that boat.
Oh.
I would like you both to meet Saint Oran of Iona. Now, Iona,
Lots of O's in that name.
yes. Iona is the the Scottish island that they all were landed on.
Right.
And Oran, sometimes known by his Latinized name Otteran, was also of Irish origin. As a matter of fact, he spent the first at least 40 years of his life just in County Tipperary, of which he is now patron saint. He even built a church there in 520. He then served as abbot of Meath, which to me sounds like a delightful Irish companion show to the Vicar of Dibley. Anyway, he eventually was persuaded to get on that rickety boat and head to Iona with his buddy St. Columba. Remember the famous saying, in the year after 562, Columba sailed the North Channel Blue. We all remember that one. We all remember
The Channel of Moyle.
Yeah, exactly. The Straits of Moyle, yes.
The Straits of Moyle.
Which is a great place to get a circumcision, I guess.
Yeah.
Oran was an older fellow by then. I couldn't find exact dates for his birth, but he had to be at least in his 60s.
Right.
But, you got to go where the work is, I guess.
Yeah.
So, anyway, off they go to the Isle. They're going to, and they spend some time gathering Picts, as you do.
Right.
And eventually, St. Columba had the idea that he was going to build a chapel on the Isle of Iona.
Sure.
So they go to build the chapel.
Yeah.
And strangely, each day that they start to build the chapel, they wake up in the morning and they go to put in more work, and the previous day's work has been dismantled.
Oh, dear God.
And this happens every day, and they can't figure out what the fuck is going on. Why is this happening?
Literally no progress is being made.
Right, exactly.
And what construction process is there? They go stack a rock.
Yeah.
They come back and it's unstacked.
Correct.
Okay. Right.
Series of rocks.
Yeah.
It's many, many rocks. So anyway, one day after all of this has happened, St. Columba gets word from a voice. And boy, let me tell you something. When a voice starts talking to one of you,
Yeah.
do not listen to the voice.
Yes, if religion has taught us anything, do not listen to the voice in your head.
Yeah, hearken not
Yes.
unto the still small voice.
Never.
Anyway, Columba's voice said to him that this chapel will never be built unless there is a human sacrifice, a living sacrifice, built under the chapel.
What?
So okay. Our hero, Saint Oran, decides he's the guy and volunteers, apparently willingly, to be buried into the chapel alive.
What?
So,
What the fuck were they smoking? Like,
yeah. There is
this
actually
is crazy by Irish 6th century standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not okay. There are actually sort of other examples of this kind of horrific thing happening even in the Arthurian legend.
Really?
There's a story of a fort or something that was being built, and they were required to sacrifice a fatherless child under the thing, and then the battlements would stand forever or whatever.
Huh.
It's not. I mean,
Science. Yeah.
It's not the best building technique in the world, but they didn't have cranes and shit, so you got to go with what you can. What you can do. So anyway, yes, Oran decides that he's going to submit to this, and they do it. They bury him into the into the building and get it built, and that's when things get freaky.
Uh-oh.
Because at some point, and there are varying versions of this story,
Yeah.
but at some point, they're having church one day, and Oran pokes his head up out of the ground, looks around, and then says something along the lines of, "Hey, just so you guys know, there is no heaven, there is no hell. That part's not true."
What?
At which point, St. Columba runs over, pushes him back into the ground, and buries him more and more and more. There are various other versions.
That's
of
hilarious.
This. Yeah, exactly. There are other versions, including one where Columba was trying to save his soul. Like, there's one version where Columba wanted to see Oron one more time,
Right.
and opened the pit under the chapel. And when Oron saw the world, he tried to climb out of his grave, but Columba had the pit covered quickly with earth to save his soul
Sure.
from all of the evil in the world.
Sure. Well, somebody clearly was pushing carrots through the air holes
Right?
all this time.
It does seem like,
I
something.
love just in the middle of church, his head pops up. Hey, it's all bullshit. I think he's the patron saint of this podcast.
He is the patron saint of atheists.
Is
Oh,
he?
for real?
Sort of. Maybe unofficially. That's hard to know. But that is how he is referred to.
Wow.
And that is why I wanted to bring him up. Because
what a weird...
it is the most
what a strange
bizarre story. I mean, we've had stories of saints carrying their own heads around and whatnot. But
Yeah.
this one, I mean,
But that's true.
that's very palpably true.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. I mean, every ounce of it defies
Yeah.
logic or reason.
Why would they? Because, just totally made up. Why would they make that story up? Like,
Yeah. Well,
why would
exactly.
a dead guy miraculously reanimated come say,
pop his head out and start singing John Lennon
do something else with your Sundays?
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still venerated by the Catholic Church.
What?
Weird.
So there you go. That's when the miracle is, hey, none of this is real. And they're still like, well, miracle's a miracle.
Wow. I'm suddenly a believer, strangely. So,
Yeah. Or they're
Saint
suddenly
Oron.
not believers or something. Somehow an exchange has taken place.
yeah, my mind has been changed. So, well, thanks, Orrin Hatch.
Yeah. Yeah. Saint Oron or Odoran, depending on how you want to say it. He's our guy.
Good job. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Uncle Dan,
Yes, sir.
we have some people to thank, do we not?
We do. There are people in this world who actually like what we do, which I find shocking.
It's unbelievable.
They're so stupid.
What are they thinking? But they like us enough that they want us to continue doing this, and the way that they show that is by becoming patrons of the show.
That's right.
So we have some folks to thanks. Thanks this week go out to James, Jeff, and Evidence Monkey, who are all kind donors. What they have done, these lovely people, is gone to probably to our website, howtoheretic.com, clicked on the patron button. That takes you to the Patreon campaign.
Yep.
And then you can be part of this unstoppable machine.
This juggernaut of half-cocked bullshit.
Right, indeed.
Yes. This juggernaut of poppycock.
Your uncles can't simply eat lesser owls. You've grown accustomed to greater owls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They are a sweet savor unto your uncles. So, and if you can't afford to, or if you want to do both, please go to like iTunes or wherever, at Stitcher, wherever you can give us a 5-star rating. Because, like I've said before, 5-star rating, algorithm, math, more people hear it.
Right.
Somehow it works. It's all science.
And if you want to give us a 4-star rating, that's fine. Give us a 5-star rating. That's what you do.
That's right. And if you want to give us a 4-star rating, our website is scathingatheist.com.
Right.
So there you go. So
Four and below, you go there. 5 and above, you come to us.
give
Anyway,
till it hurts. We love you, and thanks.
Thanks, guys.
moving on. Hey, guess what, Uncle Mark?
Tell me.
You remember how on episode 58 of this fine show, Doug tried to confuse us all with the Bible?
That sounds like so many of our episodes, but
Right.
I'll take you at your word.
Well, it was Doug giving us sort of a rundown, the first rundown of the very obvious acid trip that is Revelation.
Right, including my favorite part, which was what to snack on mid-apocalypse.
Yeah,
which is a little book.
Yeah, exactly. If a rainbow-headed guy has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land and offers you a book, dive in.
Go against everything you've ever been taught in your life and eat that book.
Eat that book. Well, Uncle Doug, you have promised
Yeah.
that worse is to come.
Well, I and I'm going to keep my promise.
Revelations 2.
Revelations Part 2. So, yeah, as you mentioned, Uncle Dan, in episode 58, we covered the first half of the Book of Revelation, which was the first 11 chapters. And I'm so glad we broke this in half, because if we tried to do this all at once, we'd all be on the floor. So
You say that like it's a bad thing.
well,
I'm on the floor. You can't see me.
That sounds like a fun tickle party.
I'm lying behind the credenza.
just wait till we get going. So let's dive in. In episode 58, we covered kind of the history of the Book of Revelation, why it ended up where it ended up, and if you want to reorient yourself to that, or if you haven't listened to episode 58, you should go back, because otherwise this will make no sense at all.
Well, and then once you have listened to it, it will also make no sense at all.
Less sense.
Right. We'll clear all of that knot up for you.
So let's do a quick recap, and then we'll dive right in. So in part 1, we met our protagonist, John, who was witnessing and writing down this fever dream. We also met Swordmouth Jesus, the 4 and 20 elders, the 4 six-winged chanting beasts covered with eyes. We were introduced to the 7 seals, the 4 horsemen, and their 200 million mounted cavalry, and the 7 trumpeting angels. We saw the sun blotted
Who
out.
were dicks, by the way.
Total
Those
dicks.
trumpeting angels were assholes.
Yeah. Anti-environmental for sure.
To say the least. We saw the sun blotted out repeatedly. We saw several earthquakes, forest fires, scorpion locusts, a prediction about the dangers a planned economy poses to the nuclear infrastructure of an aging post-industrialized society, a less than creative description of a tank, a helicopter, or a dragon, depending on who you're talking to, and, of course, the 144,000 face-tattooed Jews.
Yes.
That brings us up to Chapter 12.
Right. So that was all the normal stuff.
Yeah.
Now we get into the weird stuff.
Everybody knows about that stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
So, in Chapter 12, if you were hoping for an amuse booklet to start things out, sorry, we are jumping in with both feet.
Okay.
So, a heavily pregnant woman appears in the heavens, clothed with the sun and standing on the moon, with the crown with 12 stars.
You know how you can wear the moon as clothes?
Okay, wait. Say that again. No, seriously. A pregnant woman.
A very pregnant woman appears, clothed in the sun, standing on the moon, with a crown with 12 stars on it.
Sure.
If you're getting hung up by this is going to be a long day.
Right. Just the gravitational consequences of those choices she's made are stupendous, but whatever.
All right. So next there appears
I'm worried about the baby.
You should. Next there appears a great red dragon with 7 heads, 10 horns, and 7 crowns.
And that has been interpreted to be an aircraft carrier. Is that right?
That's pretty good. Now, this means that either one of this thing's heads has 10 horns, or that each head has 1.4 horns. Take your pick.
You can have heads that have different numbers of horns.
Or that.
Look,
So dumb.
based on the very subtle more is more nature of this narrative,
Right.
I'm going to go with 10 horns apiece.
Right.
Yeah.
So in a deft move, this dragon uses its tail to gather up a third of the stars in heaven and cast them down. And then
That's how stars work.
God,
Exactly.
these guys are really good at celestial bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. And then he crouches in front of the woman's vagina, getting ready to devour the baby as it's being born.
Oh,
Don't worry.
dear heaven.
The baby, whose destiny is to rule all nations with an iron rod, is pulled up to heaven, and the woman flees into the wilderness where she's given plenty to eat for 1,260 days.
So wait a minute. The dragon is there like a catcher's mitt, waiting for this baby to come out. But the baby doesn't come out of her poos.
It comes out and is immediately snatched up by God.
Oh, I thought it went out through her mouth.
It goes through one of those pneumatic tubes
Right.
straight to heaven.
Yeah.
Boom.
It came out under such high velocity, it just blew a hole right in the back of the dragon's head.
Exactly.
And then
One of the heads.
Mom went off to have a bite.
That's right.
Yeah.
And again, for emphasis, I'm actually trying to simplify some of this and make it easier to understand. Now, a war breaks out in heaven between the forces led by some new dude named Michael and the forces led by the dragon, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. So Satan loses, predictably, and is cast out along with his followers, which has been interpreted to be about a third of the population of heaven. So Satan managed to rally a third of the hosts of heaven to his cause.
Which is so weird because you would think that God would have an effective marketing team, but no, not really.
And luckily, a nice little bedtime story about 33% of some indeterminate population turned devil worshippers, full of hate from their defeat, being cast upon the face of the earth to torment and do all manner of evil to the human race, hasn't caused any problems at all.
No, it's just a footnote. It's just a footnote to a great story.
Well, the worst thing about this story so far is that it set the precedent of only winning 33% of the popular vote, but still somehow winning the Electoral College.
It's funny because it's true.
Our angry Satan seeks to find and persecute the woman from before, but she is given eagle wings to fly away.
Oh, wait. This is the woman who shot the baby out.
Yep. She's off in the wilderness at her buffet.
Having a buffet.
Why didn't they give her eagle wings to begin with?
Great question.
And if you're dressed in the sun, like, eagle wings to me seem a downgrade.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bird.
She probably
Right.
lost that.
Bird
that
wings.
outfit.
So she gets these eagle wings and she flies back to her buffet to be nourished, quote, for a time and times and half a time.
Seriously?
Yeah. So Satan...
And apparently we are obsessed with getting food in this lady.
I know, it's
What
true.
nourished for what? Why?
I honestly think so much of this narrative was written before lunch because John just had food on the brain. What is there to eat in this cave?
The woman's fine. She's got the wings, but what is she eating?
Well, so there's now a winged woman. Satan is chasing her and barfs out a flood to try and drown her, even though she can fly.
Satan does?
Satan barfs out a flood.
Okay.
But the earth opens up to swallow the flood, saving her, even though she can fly.
Right.
So Satan, madder than ever,
It was
sets
an
out
air
to...
flood.
Exactly. Satan sets out to wage war against the seed of the well-fed eagle woman. So that is chapter 12. Chapter 13 opens with John on the beach, watching a new seven-headed beast with 10 horns and 7 crowns rise out of the sea. But this time he notices a tattoo on each of the heads that says blasphemy.
Oh my God. Can I just say that if Terry Gilliam saw an animation of this, he'd go, "You've gone too far."
You dial this back. Okay.
I would love to see a Gilliam-produced version of
No doubt.
Revelations.
Right?
That would be really terrific.
Really kind of the only guy who could do it.
No
I think
doubt.
so.
Yeah, I agree. So, how's this beast different from the one in chapter 12, you ask? Well, this one is like a leopard with bare feet. Bare feet.
Like-
not bare feet.
Like feet of the
Feet
animal,
of the bear.
A bear.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lion's mouth, which differs from a leopard's mouth in some substantial way, apparently.
Because you want to take a super fast animal and put some giant-ass, plump, heavy feet on it.
Right.
Okay.
So the seven-headed dragon beast then transfers his powers to the seven-headed leopard bear lion beast.
As you do.
John sees one of the beast's heads appear to be mortally wounded.
Through power of attorney? Like, how do they transfer the
I know.
power?
It just he
It's
gave him all his power.
It's a Pokemon thing. You wouldn't get it.
Okay.
Totally.
I don't get it.
John notices that one of the beast's heads is mortally wounded, but then it's healed, and the world collectively wonders what the fuck is going on.
So it wasn't mortally wounded at all.
No, it wasn't.
Totally fine.
So everyone takes to worshiping the beast, saying to one another, quote, "Who is like unto the beast, and who is able to make war with him?"
Okay.
As you do. So the beast begins to talk at this point, spouting blasphemies and vulgarities for 42 months.
I kind of like this beast. I'm going to go on record as being I'm beast positive.
And apparently, I don't know if you guys know this, the math has changed because I have been told by people on Twitter that 42 is divisible by 7. So
By
that's
7?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
different now. So each of the 7 heads could blaspheme
Yeah, all right.
6 blasphemies each.
Well, the others take a break.
Yeah.
A little nosh.
Yeah.
So the leopard beast is given great power over the earth to subjugate everyone and force them to worship him. And now John sees another beast coming out of the earth with 2 lamb's horns and the voice of a dragon. The third beast is given great power to
That's
subjugate...
the whole description.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, do lambs have horns? I would think you'd have to
That's a good
get a little
question.
older. Anyway, I'm not well versed in sheep.
Okay, you guys are going to follow along with this very easily, I can tell. This third beast is given great power to subjugate everyone and force them to continue worshiping the second beast. The third beast tells mankind to make a statue of the second beast.
Which fucking Star Wars movie was all in the Senate? Which one was that?
Exactly.
This is turning into, is there a motion on the floor?
No doubt.
I, as beast number 2, make a motion that all worship should be of beast number 1.
And I had to go back and read these scriptures over, and I'm like, wait, what? So the third beast tells mankind to make a statue of the second beast, which the third beast then brings to life so it can kill everyone not already worshiping the first, second, or third beast, or the animated statue of the second beast.
Are you the gatekeeper? I'm the keymaster.
So then he...
This is the most confusing apocalypse. I can imagine, like you're running to a cave that you've begged to collapse on you, and that doesn't happen, and then you're just halfway through eating your book, and you're like, which beast is in charge now? I was just buying wheat from the Black Horseman. It is baffling.
It's baffling. All right.
And it's supposed to be scary, right?
I know, right? So,
Is it supposed to be scary?
I think it's supposed to be scary.
It feels kind of like it's lost the plot of scary altogether. It's just how weird can we go?
Exactly. Okay, so then one of these beasts, not quite sure which one at this point, forces mankind to take on a mark on their right hand and on their foreheads. This is
this is the scary mark.
Yep.
Mark of the beast.
We finally get, and it's an actual beast. I never realized that the mark of the beast. It's not. I always thought that was Satan, but no, it's an actual physical critter.
And I'm not sure
Which one of them?
It doesn't. It's unclear.
I need to know.
It's unclear which of the beasts makes the. Okay, so the mark you take is either the name of the beast or the number of the name of the beast, which is 666.
Right,
666. But it's unclear which of the three beasts whose name this is.
I've also wondered, and no one's ever explained this to me. Why does it have a number? Do you guys have a number?
No.
I don't have a number. Why
I have a social security number. Hold on.
Ba-dum-bum.
Well, and also, where was I reading? There was some biblical scholarship that reinterpreted this stuff, and the number of the beast is actually 616.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Uncle Doug has proven that guy wrong.
I mean, that's the cutting edge of biblical thinking. Boom.
603 score and 6.
That's
just somebody who doesn't know what a score is.
someone who doesn't, likes the long version, who's not into the whole brevity thing.
Right.
Okay, so you are not allowed to buy or sell without this mark. So that's why you have to, and that's all of this New World Order bullshit derives from this
Right.
here. Okay. So now we're into chapter 14.
Remember, there was a big when did barcodes come along in 19?
Yeah, it was in the early 90s.
No, it was before
80s,
that.
I think.
I think it was the early 80s, and
Yeah.
that caused the evangelicals to absolutely
I remember that.
poop their panties.
Mark of the Beast, Mark of the Beast.
It's the mark of the beast is a bunch of lines.
Yeah.
Okay, so chapter 14 starts out with Jesus standing on Mount Zion with the 144,000 with his father's name on their foreheads.
Okay.
These turn out to be guileless virgins, because that's a thing.
Well, what you don't
Where did
want,
they come from?
They were hanging out somewhere
Wait.
else for a while.
What you don't like is those virgins that have all that guile.
Too much guile.
So
I'm out of here.
John,
So isn't that the 144,000 elect? But now they're guileless. I don't know.
now they're guileless virgins with tattoos on their foreheads.
Because that's a thing. Okay, great.
So John hears a booming voice like unto thunder, or, quote, the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
We've had trumpet voices before. It's nice to switch to a nice harp.
I cannot think of two sounds more not the same.
Dissimilar than thunder and a harp.
Thunder and a harp. Maybe I'm only hearing one kind of harp in my life. I don't know.
You need to hear those really good thunder harp. Which, by the way, look for our album. We have a new. We're going to start a new heavy metal band called Thunder Harp. Our album will drop next week.
So John sees another angel flying in the midst of heaven with the everlasting gospel in his hands to preach to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, screaming, quote, fear God and give glory to him. This is Moroni. According to Mormon lore, this is the angel Moroni. So, yeah, he's mentioned in Revelation, and the golden angel you see on the top of the temples is the angel Moroni. Mormon temples,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who brought the Book of Mormon to Joseph Smith. Mormons believe that
And
that's who
Joseph
this is
Smith
referencing.
ate it.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, that's good. This is like kind of reverse engineering a new narrative. This is like Rogue One.
Yeah,
there you go.
Love it.
So behind him comes another angel screaming, quote, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Trigger warning, post-fornication discharge is going to be a major factor of this story going forward.
Yep. Well, goodbye. You had me until that.
Behind him comes a third angel screaming that if anyone worships the beast or gets his mark, he shall burn day and night and be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of Jesus and the angels.
Wait, now you tell me this now? I already got the mark like 20 minutes ago. What are you doing?
Laser tattoo removal had not been invented yet. John sees a man who looks suspiciously like Jesus sitting on a throne on a cloud with a golden crown and a sickle. An angel eggs this character on to reap the earth with a sickle, which he does. Another angel comes out of the temple.
How does he reap the earth?
He jams his sickle into the earth and reaps it.
Or does he just go to all of the fields?
It it literally says he plunged his sickle into the earth and reaped it.
I think it might have meant rape. I don't know.
Very well could
That's
have.
because that's not how reaping works.
No, reaping is you just swing.
You're just, yeah,
Swing.
you're just getting
Swings.
the grain.
Yeah, the
I'm
field
with
is
you.
white.
Yeah.
Doug.
Another angel comes out of the temple with a sickle of his very own, and another angel eggs him on to thrust his sharp sickle into the earth and gather the vines for God's enormous cosmic winepress of wrath, which he does.
No.
Sickles are not how you get the grapes. This is
Wait.
This is bad. This is bad farming.
Read what you just read.
Okay. Another angel comes out of the temple with a sickle of his own.
Yes.
Another angel eggs him on to use his sickle to gather the vines for God's enormous cosmic winepress of wrath.
Yeah,
Okay.
Are you not? Is this not clear?
Just
So
this is the worst farming ever.
He does that, and so much blood issues forth from the winepress that it rises to the depth of a horse's bridle, and
Okay, well,
covers
that is not supposed to happen in winery.
covers an area
In
of
vintners,
and then this blood covers an area of 6,600 furlongs, which is somewhere in the vicinity of 825 square miles, or not. Don't at me. I don't care. Chapter 15 is mercilessly short and consists mostly of various groups of people singing praises. However, we are introduced to 7 new angels wearing white linen and golden girdles, with 7
on their paps.
with 7 plagues ready to be loosed on the earth, which for some reason still hasn't gotten what it deserves.
Which also, by the way, before you started telling me this whole story, the appearance of angels would have sounded like a welcome thing
Yeah,
to me.
no, it is.
I'm terrified of angels now.
See, it is scary.
Angels are the most scary thing in this book.
And there is such a level of sadism
Oh my God.
in this, whatever the people of Earth or the Earth deserve.
Yeah.
Like, what in the fuck has anybody done to deserve this kind of nightmare?
Going over them, killing them and killing them and
Yeah.
killing them.
And not for nothing, I am more afraid of angels than I am of beasts at this point. Well, they've done far more damage.
I think we need to be specific about which beasts and which angels, but we can do that on another show.
I don't have the brain power for that kind of
can't-
processing.
I can't keep track. Like,
Jesus.
my whiteboard is a mess.
As chapter 16 begins, these 7 angels are told to go forth and pour out their vials of plague upon the earth.
As you do.
And as is always the case in this fucking book, we're going to go through these one by one.
Oh, goody.
The first angel pours out his vial, and it causes sores among the worshippers of the beast.
Yay.
The second angel pours his vial and turns the sea to blood for the second time.
Well, he only turned a third of it.
That's
first
true.
Time, remember?
Oh, so now the whole sea.
Now the whole sea, all sea life dies. The third angel turns his vial, pours out his vial, and all rivers turn to blood.
Can I just interrupt 1 sec?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys got this growing up, but it was said in our Mormon church more than once that chemically the closest substance in the world to blood
Shut up.
is seawater.
I remember. Yeah, I
Oh,
remember
my
that.
God.
Did you ever hear that, Dan?
No. It was shut the fuck
And it was
up.
one of those like, oh my God.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You know-
because it's true.
It only takes a little bit to turn that seawater into blood.
Yeah.
But it is more tricky to do the rivers, which is what you just
Yeah.
did.
So the third angel turns the rivers to blood, and the third angel is doing it. While he's doing it, he's saying how awesome it is that men have to drink blood now.
And then Chris Angel came.
That said, this is too freaky for me. to do.
Yeah, exactly.
The fourth angel's vial, he turns over his vial, and in a shocking twist, it makes the sun brighter and hotter, so it scorches everyone.
Oh, good.
But don't worry, because the fifth angel's vial causes darkness.
Nobody can agree.
Such that
Competing vials.
the darkness is so terrible that men chew their own tongues and curse God.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
when you don't have
What does that sound like?
The sixth angel's vial dries up the Euphrates River, which is strangely specific.
That's like after some massively impressive Copperfield illusion, you do a
A little card trick.
you pull a coin out from somebody's.
The wand turns into a little bouquet. Poof.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the dragon beast and presumably the leopard beast, along with a new character, the false prophet, which
It's too late in the narrative for new people.
the false prophet could be the lambed horn beast, but who fucking cares? They barf up 3 frog-like spirits.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
I summon frog. Blech.
Oh, again, it's like you build from small to big, right?
I know.
In these narratives.
What can we conjure up that will stop these angels from pestilencing the whole universe? Blech. frog.
Right. In the second act, we had multiple 7-headed giant motherfuckers with all the animal parts. And as we build towards the finale, it's like
Ribbit.
a tree frog. I don't know whether to be scared or laugh. What's
it's so
happening?
silly.
It's like a Korean horror movie.
We've never worked a Pulgasari reference into this podcast yet.
Sorry.
So these frog-like spirits use miracles to gather up all the kings of the earth to a place called Armageddon. Yay!
Wait, are the frog? I thought they were bad guys.
They are.
They're on the bad team.
They are.
But okay.
They gather up the wicked kings of the earth.
They're Team Beast.
They're
Team
being
Beast.
taken to
Okay.
Armageddon to be smashed.
Okay.
Okay, so at this point, the seventh angel pours out his vial, which causes a great voice to boom out from the temple saying, "It is done."
That's a
And then
shitty.
there's like
What a
7 more
dumb vial.
chapters. It's not done. What is it? I don't know what to tell
It
you.
is done.
Bah! Okay, after it is done, the biggest earthquake of all happens, causing the great city to break into 3 pieces, the islands to flee, and the mountains to get lost. The mountains get lost and no one can find them.
Did you guys play Dungeons and Dragons as a kid? Did you guys play that?
Yeah.
A little bit.
This is like when your dragon master is this fucking weird ass kid who's never read any of this. Your dungeon master has never read any of the stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the rules. He's just making it up.
Yeah, but he's also high as fuck.
High as fuck. Or he's having a blood sugar emergency.
I run to the mountains. You can't find them. Why not? They're lost.
I killed the 7-headed beast. Well, here's a frog. What?
I rolled to birth out a protector. Oh, you rolled a 2. You got a frog.
Frog.
Oh, I rolled a 19. Oh, you have to go to the forest and eat a buffet for 42 months. What?
So chapter 16 ends with talent-sized hailstones pummeling the worshippers of the beast.
Okay.
A talent being about 75 pounds, depending on who you ask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Chapter 17 begins with one of the angels that had the vials coming up to John and saying, "You want to see some shit?" So he shows John...
Hey, man, check this out.
Totally. He shows John a woman sitting on a scarlet-colored beast in the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns.
No more beasts.
It's not clear if this is the dragon beast, the leopard beast, or some new beast.
Right.
She is wearing scarlet robes, a shit ton of jewelry, and has a cup full of, quote, abominations and filthiness of her fornications.
A cup full?
Yeah.
That's...
Pretty gross.
Oh, my God.
But she's also in the sea of blood.
She's on a different sea. Well, I guess it's the sea of
all the
blood.
seas are blood.
That's true.
Maybe they made it. Maybe that's how they made it blood.
Ugh. And maybe she's just into that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So
Not going to kink shame whoever this woman
exactly.
is. Is this the Whore of Babylon?
This is the Whore of Babylon. On her forehead is the rather unfortunate all caps tattoo, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth.
Wait, that whole thing is tattooed on her?
On her forehead. So
Okay.
it's either over her whole face or very tiny font.
Remember Kristen Wiig on SNL when she would do that character with the
Really?
little hands?
That's right.
That's
high
kind of what she
forehead.
looked like. She was the weird Whore of Babylon.
So John notices that she is stupid drunk on the blood of the martyrs and asks himself what the fuck is going on. The angel hears John's internal monologue and tells them he can clear things up. Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
This is going to clarify everything. The angel says the beast both exists and does not exist, and when people see the beast, they will wonder if their names are included in the celestial white pages. Now, the 7 heads represent the 7 mountains, clearly the 7 hills of Rome, which the woman sits upon. The 7 heads also represent 7 kings, 5 of which are dead, 1 is currently reigning, and 1 will come along one day. The beast is the eighth of these 7 kings, but is also one of the 7 kings.
No. I see your problem right there.
We need to remath this one.
It is so
Here's
maddening.
the thing about symbolism. It has to symbolize something clearly.
Well,
right?
and not everything can be symbolism. You have to have a story somewhere.
Right, yeah.
Well, everything in this is clearly symbolism.
Yeah,
But from a person who didn't understand what that means.
right.
But thank God we've actually gotten to a point where things are starting to refer to something specific.
Right.
So like that's nice. I don't know
if you say so.
So does it say like the 7 hills of Rome in the?
It doesn't, but
Revelation?
it's very commonly believed that the Whore of Babylon and the Whore of Babylon and Babylon are not only Babylon, they're also Rome, and the
God
7
damn it.
heads and 7 hills and 7 churches all fold into each
Right.
other.
And so jumping to the end.
Yeah,
This is anything. If Revelation written in the cave in Patmos is anything,
Yeah.
it is about geopolitics in the Mediterranean
Precisely.
basin at the fucking time.
At the time.
In the same way that Nebuchadnezzar's dream in the book of Daniel, that everybody tries to read all this fucking significance into, is stated in the book of Daniel
Yeah.
about current geopolitics.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Right.
It could not have less to do with our modern day than any of the rest of the Bible, I suppose.
Right.
Okay, so the angel keeps explaining that the 10 horns represent 10 other kings that don't have kingdoms, but get to be king for an hour each.
No! That's not a king!
We went back. I think we backtracked. I think we backslid. We were trying to reference real things, and then we lost the
How
plot.
do you live at this time and not know how kings work?
These 10 1-hour kings will wage war against the Lamb, but will
King for an hour.
will lose.
Look, I got an hour. Let's take 15 minutes and plan the war. We'll launch our campaign for the next half hour to 45.
And I would
Hopefully we'll win.
I would like a feast. Can I have that?
Short may they reign.
Yeah.
Okay, they lose the war against the Lamb because of the whole King of King and Lord of Lords thing.
Yeah.
Well, so you can't wage a campaign in an hour.
Exactly. However, although the horns are meant to represent these 10 kings, these 10 horns will also come to life themselves, hate the whore, steal her clothes, eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Cleared up? Okay.
Obviously.
The water that she rose up from also represents all of the people of the earth, and she herself, if it wasn't clear from the enormous face tattoo, represents Babylon.
Yeah.
And chapter 17.
Why does it say mystery on it?
I don't know. It says mystery, comma,
Because
Babylon the Great.
because none of this makes any sense,
Right.
and it's all a mystery. And you might. I'm going to tattoo that on my forehead as soon as we're done.
Well, and then it says mystery, and then below that, the mystery is completely cleared up. This is who I am.
Hey, in the words of Sarah McLachlan, we're building a mystery. Is this thing on? Hello?
It's not on, apparently.
Well, no. What's amazing is that you're the one in this group that knows more Sarah McLachlan than anybody
That's
else,
true.
apparently. So there you go.
I know one song.
You, sir, are in the arms of the angel.
Chapter 18 starts
Which
out
is
with...
where I would not want to be.
No.
Based on this story. And we've got to save all those dogs from these fucking freak murder angels.
Yeah.
Speaking of angels, chapter 18 starts out with another angel screaming at the top of his lungs, saying, quote, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Is it haunted by ostriches?
The greater
Like
and
with Lilith?
lesser owl.
Cage for every what bird?
Every unclean and hateful bird.
The ossifrage.
Hateful bird.
And the,
oh my God!
He goes on to say, for all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, ew, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Sure.
Okay, what happens next can only be described as extreme slut-shaming.
Where are the frogs?
we just did some pretty solid slut shaming.
It gets so much worse.
All right,
it goes
good.
on and on.
Thank God.
Once again, they go on and on about cups full of fornication fluid, and she ends up in ashes.
Okay, people have their children read this book.
Yeah.
And leaving aside just the murder, like
Families read this book together.
fornication fluid.
Cups full of it. There is a very
I
unexpected...
think I saw that video one time.
I almost referenced that.
2 beasts, 1 cup, right? 9 beasts, 10 kings, 3 frogs.
One cup.
There is a very unexpected consequence of her getting shamed and burned, and that is that nobody wants to buy stuff from merchants anymore.
Wait, there's still commerce? People are still buying things?
Literally,
Mark.
everything, like the forests have been burned.
The sea is blood.
Sea is blood. The mountains have run away.
The sun is on and off.
And meanwhile, there's one guy going, corn for sale.
Exactly. Who will buy my pears?
My dear uncles, so nobody wants to buy stuff from merchants anymore. What kind of stuff? Well,
An apocalypse will cause a sluggish economy.
well, in a level of granularity that can only be described as Levitical, the stuff that nobody wants to buy anymore is gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, silk, purple and scarlet, just the colors, tine wood, ivory cups, wood cups, brass cups, iron cups, and marble cups.
Ivory cups, wood cups. I've got your brass cups here.
I really got out over my skis when I bought all these wood cups for the shop.
And we're not done. Nobody wants to buy cinnamon, odors, ointments, frankincense.
Now, hold on. I would think ointments would be selling like hotcakes because half the people are on fire.
No, because you know what? The tincture guy has a whole corner on the market now.
Does he?
Yeah. Ointment guy is completely out of business.
Oh, my God.
Also, wine, oil, flour, wheat, beasts, sheep, horses, chariots, slaves, and the souls of men. Nobody wants to buy anymore.
Flour.
I know.
It is a difficult time to be in the soul business.
I can see not wanting to buy flour because it's like, I got to take it home. I got to get some eggs. I got the water. And
But who doesn't want a soul?
And then I can't let it rise.
Wow, that is quite remarkable.
It was an odd divergence. So the sailors, craftsmen, and merchants watch the city where they made their fortunes be destroyed in a single hour and weep and wail, as they should. The angels watch the wailing of these people and rejoice, as they should not. So this brings us to chapter 19.
How is there anything left?
I know, right?
Every time you bring up a new thing, I'm like, where? How?
It was pages ago that the men of the earth ran into caves and begged them to collapse.
Exactly. And since then have been destroyed like 10 more times.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, every single person that we're talking about has a scorpion locust just stinging it for no
Helicopter horse thing.
All right. So chapter 19 starts out with another massive circle jerk as multitudes praise God, the 24 elders and 4 beasts praise God and chant, and everyone slut shames that damn whore. And suddenly we're at a wedding.
Hooray!
Fuck that. Jesus is getting married to some woman all dressed in white, and just when it seems that this is the direction we'll be going from here on out, the heavens open and John sees another white horse. The rider of the white horse is named either Faithful and True or the Word of God, depending on which verse you're reading.
Okay.
The writer has written on
So
him...
it's different names in the same...
2 verses apart.
Sure, why not?
The writer has a name written on him that no one knows, or the name is King of Kings and Lord of Lords, depending on which verse you're reading. Now, John sees another...
Wait, what was tattooed on his forehead?
Actually, the name was tattooed on his thigh.
I'm going to say.
Now John sees...
On the forehead, it said Thug Life.
John sees another
You know what?
angel.
If Tupac came into this whole thing, I don't think any of us would be that surprised.
Right? No doubt.
I would be interested.
Okay, John sees another angel who calls all the birds of the earth to a feast where the birds will eat all the people and horses of the earth. The white rider then casts the beasts and false prophets into a lake of fire and kills all of their followers with a sword from his mouth.
Finally.
And the birds commence to feast on their flesh.
Sure, they're still birds. Great.
There is a bird-phobic
I know,
vibe
right?
through the entire Bible. I'm just realizing how fucking much these people were
So
freaked out by
true.
birds.
Look, Hitchcock was not playing on nothing.
That's true. He was a biblical scholar. We all know that.
All right. Chapter 20 begins with another angel bounding the beast with chains and throwing him down to a pit for 1,000 years.
Which beast?
The beast.
Okay.
At which point he will be loosed for, quote, a little season. So
Fall is short.
I know, right? The souls of those who did not worship the beast or take his mark will reign with Jesus for 1,000 years, at which point there will be the first resurrection.
Okay.
As Satan is let out of prison at this point, he once again deceives all the nations, gathers his forces, which number as the sands of the sea, and surrounds the saints at a place called Gog and Magog.
Right.
Of course.
Jesus rains fire on them.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Everything leading up to this just doesn't matter
I know,
anymore.
right?
It just doesn't matter anymore because
I know. It's like starting over.
it's like starting over.
Yeah,
And now
literally, we've hit reset,
yeah.
and now the seas are okay. They're not blood anymore.
And all
I
these
guess.
people at Mag and Magog have kind of forgotten about all this stuff and can be fooled again.
Yep.
And everybody. Oh, my
I know.
God.
So, predictably, Jesus rains fire on all of these bad people, destroys them, and casts Satan back into the pit forever.
Which could have happened at the beginning of the
Chapter
book.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's flabby.
Now
It's a
God sits
flabby
upon...
writer.
Yeah, I know. God sits upon a great white throne, and all of the dead are brought before him to be judged, whether they were buried in the land or the sea or they were in hell. Now, if your name is not in the aforementioned galactic white pages, you are not worthy and are cast into a lake of fire. Chapter 21. We're almost there.
Oh, my God.
John beholds a new heaven and a new earth because it seems like the old one done got burned up in the previous chapters.
They kicked it around pretty hard.
There's a new Jerusalem where all the saints will live free of sorrow, death, and pain. God sums up the show so far to John. Basically, worship me and everything will be great. Don't, and it will go very badly for you. Then another one of the angels that had the vials comes up to John and says, you want to see some shit?
At which point you say no.
I know, right? He shows John the aforementioned bride, which is about to marry Jesus. The bride turns out to be a crystalline version of the city of Jerusalem on top of a high mountain.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
It's going to get worse.
Jesus is going to marry a railroad train model.
I'm sorry. I want out of this as badly as you do. This version of the city has 3 gates on all 4 sides, manned by 12 angels with the names of the 12 tribes of Israel, with 12 foundations with the names of the 12 apostles written on them. Presumably Judas was scratched out and Matthias was written in Sharpie. The angel takes to measuring the city's dimensions, as you do.
Why?
It turns out to be 12,000 furlongs to a side, which is about 1,500 miles. And wouldn't you know it, it's exactly 12,000 furlongs tall.
Of course
That's right. Jerusalem is a giant crystal cube.
Oh my God!
It's the Borg.
How long is how long was this?
1,500 miles.
1,500 miles.
Miles.
It's 1,500 miles
Tall.
high.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. However, the wall surrounding the city is only 144 cubits tall, which is about 72 yards.
For anybody who thinks that math makes for a gripping narrative,
I know.
it doesn't.
Let me tell you about the measurements, though. I mean, it's made of crystal, and it might be cool to behold. But first of all, let me just
Let's get into some furlongs.
Look,
furlong this out.
If you lived through however many fucking chapters of this insane time, and what you kept through it all was your tape measure, I guess I salute you. That's a weird thing to keep, but
Okay. So the wall appears to be pure jasper, while the city now appears to be pure gold and clear glass at the same time.
Yeah.
The 12 foundations are made up of 12 different precious stones. And we're going to name them. So they are
thank God.
jasper, sapphire, chalcedony, emerald, sardonyx, sardius, chrysolite, beryl, topaz, chrysoprasus, jacinth, and amethyst.
My original rap name was going to be Chrysoprasus, but
The gates are made of pearl and the streets are made of gold. There is no night. There's no need for the sun or the moon because the whole fucking thing glows all the time. There's no need for a temple because everyone who dwells there is constantly in the presence of God and his son. Guys, it's chapter 22. It's the last chapter. John sees a river with trees of life which bear 12 fruits, one for every month. Everyone in the city will have their faces tattooed and will have no need for candles because, as I said, everything glows.
oh my God.
Jesus spends several verses emphasizing over and over that everything that John has seen is just about to happen any day now. Don't buy any green bananas. He admonishes everyone. He admonishes that no one should add or subtract from this book, and he ends it all with something I have said all too many times. Surely I come quickly. Hey, fucking men.
Holy shit.
that is so insane. And it's, again,
Fucking literally exhausted.
it's exhausting just to hear it. It's exhausting.
Can I just say about that last little bit, by the way, that my dad once pointed out to me the fact that it does say in Revelation, no, don't add to this book, and we were Mormons.
I know, right?
We had a whole other book.
I know.
Your dad pointed that out.
Yeah, and he just sort of chuckled.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's that old saw that something like this clearly basically means nothing so that it can mean anything.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
And the nightmarish reality that people in our society, people around the world who have important positions think there's some kind of meaning here that pertains to nuclear arsenals and military buildups.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, in international politics.
Yeah.
It's freakish. It makes the rest of the Bible seem coherent.
Well, maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
Maybe that's the point.
Close with a weird dream sequence.
And then everybody's like, oh, well, I thought I was confused before, but now I think I'm not.
It is totally the final scene in Requiem for a Dream, isn't it? It's just, fuck.
Wow.
Okay.
Well,
I'm taking a month off.
the best part about this is that it's over. So thanks anyone who's still listening, which is probably no one.
And apologies, please. I'm sorry.
No, it's a beautiful thing that we've done, which is make it absolutely clear that there is no sense to this book whatsoever, and we can just divest ourselves of it completely.
Totally. And if if the Armageddon's coming, I would not invest in cup futures, I guess is all I can say. So let's move the fuck on.
Please.
Well, friends, that is it for this week's show.
Hey, we'd love to hear from you. Send us an email, howto@howtoheretic.com.
Or if you have a mystery tattooed on your forehead, you can leave us a voicemail at 903-88-HOW-TO, which is 903-884-6986. We're also on Twitter at HowToHeretic and, of course, Facebook.
Yeah, thanks to all of our patrons for poking their heads out of the floors of churches.
Hello.
To give us some money.
And thanks to Cody Layton for letting us bury him alive under the studio.
And thank all y'all for tuning in.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.